Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has built one of the most dominant careers in modern Hollywood. From wrestling icon to global movie star, Johnson's rise has been fueled by blockbuster action franchises, family-friendly adventures, and, more recently, a surprising push into darker, prestige-driven storytelling. As he moves deeper into the second half of the 2020s, Johnson's upcoming film slate shows an actor balancing massive commercial appeal with creative ambition. Here's a detailed look at all the major upcoming movies starring Dwayne Johnson, what each project is about, and what fans can expect next from one of the most bankable stars on the planet. Moana live action, scheduled for 2026. One of Johnson's most highly anticipated projects is Disney's live-action adaptation of Moana. Johnson will reprise his beloved role as Maui, the larger-than-life demigod who stole hearts in the original animated film. This marks a rare case where an actor returns to play the same character in both animated and live-action form. The live-action Moana aims to retell the core story of the original film while expanding its emotional scope and visual scale. Set in the South Pacific, the story follows Moana, a determined young woman who sets sail across the ocean to save her people. Maui, armed with his magical fishhook and ego to match, becomes both her ally and her challenge. For Johnson, this film is deeply personal. He has spoken openly about his Polynesian heritage and how important Moana is to representing that culture authentically. With advanced visual effects, large-scale ocean sequences, and classic musical elements reimagined for live action, Moana is positioned as a major family event film. Jumanji 3, expected in 2026. The Jumanji franchise has become one of the most successful chapters of Johnson's career, and the next installment is shaping up to be the emotional capstone of the modern series. Johnson is set to return as Dr. Smolder Bravestone, the fearless, muscle-bound avatar that has become a fan favorite. The upcoming film reunites the core cast, including Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and Karen Gillan, continuing the unique premise where real-world players become video game characters trapped inside the Jumanji universe. While plot details are being kept tightly under wraps, the film is expected to tie together threads from the previous movies while paying homage to the franchise's origins. Johnson has hinted that this entry will be more heartfelt than ever, blending humor, action, and emotional payoff. If this does mark the end of the current Jumanji era, it's expected to go out on a high note, delivering both spectacle and closure. Fast and Furious, the final chapter's release date TBD. After years of public tension and speculation, Dwayne Johnson is officially back in the Fast and Furious universe as Luke Hobbs. His return follows a surprise appearance that reignited fan excitement and confirmed that Hobbs will play a significant role in the franchise's concluding chapters. The Fast and Furious films are known for pushing action to increasingly outrageous extremes, and Hobbs has always been one of the franchise's most physically dominant characters. His involvement signals an all-hands-on-deck approach as the saga moves toward its finale. While exact story details remain secret, the upcoming film promises massive set pieces, emotional reckonings, and the return of long-standing rivalries. For Johnson, this marks a full-circle moment, re-entering a franchise that helped elevate him to global movie stardom. The Smashing Machine recent prestige release, though, no longer purely upcoming. The Smashing Machine represents a pivotal shift in Johnson's career and continues to define his future direction. In the film, Johnson portrays real-life mixed martial arts legend Mark Kerr, a dominant fighter whose success in the ring was shadowed by addiction, mental health struggles, and personal turmoil. This role required Johnson to abandon his traditional invincible hero persona in favor of something far more raw and vulnerable, physically transformed and emotionally exposed. His performance has been widely viewed as one of the most challenging of his career. The film positions Johnson as a serious dramatic actor willing to take risks, and its impact continues to shape expectations for what kinds of roles he will pursue next. Breakthrough psychological thriller in development. One of Johnson's most intriguing upcoming projects is Breakthrough, a psychological thriller that represents a sharp departure from his usual roles. In the film, Johnson is expected to play a charismatic motivational figure whose influence masks darker, more manipulative intentions. Unlike his action-heavy blockbusters, Breakthrough focuses on tension, character psychology, and moral ambiguity. This project reflects Johnson's growing interest in complex characters who operate in gray areas rather than clear-cut heroism. If completed as envisioned, the film could further solidify Johnson's evolution from blockbuster star to multi-genre performer capable of leading serious adult dramas. lizard music, fantasy, adventure, in development. In contrast to darker material, Johnson is also attached to lizard music, a whimsical fantasy adaptation based on a cult novel. The story centers on a young boy who discovers strange late-night television broadcasts featuring music playing lizards, opening the door to a surreal world of imagination. Johnson is expected to play an eccentric supporting character, embracing a playful, offbeat role that leans into humor and heart rather than brute strength. This project aligns with his long-standing interest in family-friendly storytelling, while offering something more unconventional than standard studio fare. Untitled Hawaii crime film, future project. One of the most buzzworthy projects tied to Johnson's future is an untitled crime drama based on real events in Hawaii. Johnson is reportedly involved not just as a star, but also as a creative force behind the story, which explores the rise of a powerful crime syndicate in the islands during the mid-20th century. The film is expected to focus on themes of power, identity, and cultural conflict, offering Johnson a grounded, dramatic role far removed from spectacle-driven action films. While still in early development, the project has been widely viewed as a potential landmark moment in his career. Projects no longer moving forward. Not every project makes it to the screen. A sequel to Jungle Cruise was once in development but has since stalled, with no active plans to move forward. This highlights the shifting priorities in Johnson's career as he becomes more selective about where he invests his time and energy. What Dwayne Johnson's upcoming films say about his career. Johnson's future film slate reveals a star in transition. While he remains committed to massive franchises and family entertainment, he is increasingly drawn to roles that challenge him emotionally and creatively, rather than relying solely on charisma and physicality. Johnson appears focused on longevity, variety, and legacy. From ocean-spanning Disney adventures to gritty sports dramas and psychological thrillers, his upcoming movies suggest that the next phase of his career may be his most interesting yet. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is no longer just the guy who saves the day with muscles and charm. His upcoming films show an actor actively reshaping his image, balancing blockbuster dominance with artistic ambition, whether audiences want laughter, action, heart, or something darker. Johnson's future slate proves he's determined to deliver it all.